Hello, everybody. So I did this live about my first breakup. It was like 10 minutes of me crying and sobbing, which I guess YouTube didn't like. So I'm doing it again, more common, more, hey, more with it. How to say this? I've been with the same person since I was 16 years old. Okay. And a couple days after my 33rd birthday, he broke up with me. And I'm not gonna lie, it fucking sucks. It hurts. It really has affected me mentally, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm trying to make it through this video without fucking crying, because it's not fun and or exciting. And it sucks the fact that I am 33 and that was like my first ever relationship that I've been in long term, and I'm not gonna lie, it sucks and it hurts, and I don't wish it on anybody to be, because it does hurt. I'm not gonna lie and say it's easy, because it's not. I'm trying to make it through without crying, and obviously that didn't work, so I apologize. And it's just something I'm gonna have to learn and cope with. And honestly, I've been writing a lot more poems recently just to get everything off my mind and off my chest, because that's a good coping skill that I know I've learned over the years, is to use the gift that I'm really good at besides my diamond painting, and that's me writing my heart out. And I write on this free platform called postpoems.org. And I write on there, and I've written 430, poems in the span of 13 years, because I've been on this platform for 13 years. I've made friends with some of the poets on there. Obviously, I never met them in person, but they do give awesome advice, and when I'm definitely going through it, it definitely helps to hear from somebody else. And it just, like I said, it does suck. It does hurt. It kills you and fucks with your mind. And like, I just got done writing. It's just like I feel like I got shot in my heart and just bleeding and pouring out, because, like I said, this is my first true heartbreak, because I've been with this person since I was 16 years old. And that kills me. But at the same time, I know eventually it's going to take time to heal, and it's a process. And I know with my process, I'm going to be writing poetry to get everything off my chest, and I know I'm going to probably continue doing some of my diamond painting as well, just to keep my mind off of things and to kind of find my center to grow and have me be in a better state of mind. Then obviously, clearly you see, like, I'm crying and a hot mess. But I'm doing this not just to say he's a horrible, ruthless person. I'm not on here for that. I'm on it to show you how me, as a real person, not as a famous celebrity, YouTube, whatever person, I'm doing this to show you a real person reacting to real life situations, and how I plan specifically on how to move forward from it, how to cope with it, and how to deal with all the things that I have to deal with my ADHD, my anxiety, my bipolar, my suicidal thoughts. Like, there's a lot. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not normal by certain standards, and I'm kind of glad I'm not normal, but it just means there are things that I have to do to keep myself in check, to make sure I'm okay, and that everyone around me is not concerned for me. And a lot of people don't understand that, You know what I mean? Like, this first time in forever, I finally cooked dinner because I was like, you know what? I need to cook. I need to not go out all the time and order my Taco Bell, which is my friend would laugh when he sees this video when I say Taco Bell's my go-to. You know what I mean? Which is probably the worst thing I could have ever done for myself, honestly, is taste Taco Bell food, because now it's like I get my free food, I get everything from there. And like I said, my ADHD kicking in. But relationships are never easy. They're never a walk in the park. And people that tell you that it is, they're full of it. Because not, like, maybe in the beginning, it'll probably be like the best thing you think since sliced bread. Like, everything's going well, everything's going perfect, there's nothing wrong, you guys aren't arguing, like, it's just like, you know, the honeymoon phase is what it's called. And that's all great and dandy, but then when you've been with someone for as long as I have, and you've dealt with things, a lot of things, whether it be cheating, whether it be, God no, I don't know, lying, you know what I mean? Anything you can name under the sun, like, you go through that. And the one thing I would say with this relationship, with people that know me personally, whether they believe it correct, wrong, or just plain stupid on my end, there are things that me and him have been through that I could have just simply walked away. And at times, it probably would have been the best idea for me mentally. Now, I'm not saying, you know, what we both did to each other is right or wrong. It's probably not the best decisions with certain things. But at the end of the day, I will say I still chose to stay. Now, everyone has a different opinion on that. Like, a lot of people I know personally are like, well, you're fucking stupid. And at some points, I can see why they say that. But at the same time, I'm like, I've been with this man since I was 16 years old. You know what I mean? And when he was 18 and I was 16. You know, I know his whole family. We have 2 handsome children together. Like, you know, we've been through some tough shit. And vice versa. We've done shit to each other. We've, you know, like, we have history. And it may not always be good history, but there's a lot of good moments in there with some of the bad. And what I will say is, regardless, with any relationship, and I know a lot of people have it worse off compared to others, is simply that if you're in a relationship where there is domestic violence, obviously, clearly, there are definitely a lot of things you can go to get help with that. Not just friends, not just family, but there are people to call. Even if it's mental, there's always something going on. You can definitely get help. And for me, it's just, like I said, it's the years put into the relationship, and now realizing now that I have to start all over. And it's not going to be a snap of my fingers, and it's going to be, hey, you've got this. You know what I mean? And it's not like that at all. And that's something that's going to be the hardest for me to learn, because I'm not used to, you know, being outside of a relationship. I've always been in this relationship, and now moving forward, that's going to change, because now I'm single and now I'm not with that person. I'm still living with the person, but I'm not in a romantic relationship with the person anymore. And that's going to take some getting used to, because not everybody can handle that situation well. I know when it first happened and he first told me we're done, I didn't handle it well. I was, and still is, crying. I was upset. I was going 0 to 100 because of my bipolar. I was totally chaotic. I was not the best Susie Sunshine that I could be. And that's not good. And it has affected me. And I'm not going to say it was in a good way. It wasn't. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to turn this negative happening of breaking up and turn it into something positive for myself so I can learn from the experience and get better from this. Yes, that's going to take time, 100%. I'm not going to be completely fixed within the next couple of weeks. It's going to take months. It could even take a year. Who knows? But I know in my heart that even though he ended it, yes, it hurts like a motherfucking hell. But at the same time, I know he did it for his own reasons. And I know whether he chooses somebody else after this or he stays single for however long until he works on himself and I work on myself, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to move from one relationship to the next like that because you're just hurting the other person. But either way, I'm doing this to just show you some techniques that I've learned to like kind of cope with this. And besides therapy, which is probably going to help me a lot now, when I talk to my therapist tomorrow. But either way, I just want to show you that yes, heartbreak can feel like it's killing you from the inside out, but at the same time, you can rise like a phoenix from the ashes and overcome this. And even though it seems like so far and so unreachable, I just want to say it's not. It may take time, it could take months, it could take years. Either way, you stay focused on you, being positive. Don't let the negativity get to you, which I know I'm fighting with right now. But deep down, I know this is probably for the best. And that sucks to say. And it hurts. It hurts to say it. But at the same time, I know we've got to move on. And whatever it may be, it will be. But I do not wish him negativity. I do not wish him anything but the best in his future endeavors, whatever it may be, or with whomever it may be. You know what I mean? At the same time, that's all I could wish for. I can't wish him any animosity because I don't. But I do know that moving forward, it's going to be tough, but I'm going to make it through it. And even if I have to do these just to keep my mind occupied, I will do so. But I just want to come on here because I know my last video I posted, I was a hot mess, and that's probably why they didn't put it up. But I did this one because I'm a little more calm, a little more cool-headed and collected, and just to get it off my chest. But I hope from this video, anyone going through their first breakup can use this and some of the technique, like I said, writing poetry, doodling, even diamond painting, actual painting, anything that you think can help. Just kind of get all your emotions in check. Something just to let it go, let it be free without taking it out on yourself and others. That's it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and thank you for listening to me. Bye, guys. Why wouldn't it in? That's really weird. Okay. Yes, I'm not ending. That's weird. That's a first. Technical difficulties. Go away. Okay. Anyway. Don't know what's going on. But you just gotta be happy. And that's the most important part. And it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard and it just stinks. It stinks. It just does. It stinks. stinks. Yeah. So I don't know why my live stream's not ending, because I've tried to do, but it's not letting me for some reason. So if this video gets deleted somehow, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.